Hi everyone! So this is one of my oldest sketches I have out of my sketch binder that I keep. It is from Sketchy Thursdays from back in 2011, and as you can kind of see, it has a whole bunch of journaling and just one picture and a large title. I pulled the Echo Park Victoria Gardens collection that I have never used. I purchased it from cropchocolate.com way back when, and I also ordered the coordinating cardstock papers or background papers. I can't remember what it's called, but I had them all packaged together. And then the chipboard set that I have is actually K & Company, and I don't know what the name is of it, but I really liked the family word in that title. So instead of cutting it out with my Cricut, which was my original plan, I went ahead and I grabbed that. And then I spritzed this doily with some Gold Lame Color Shine by Heidi Swapp. And you can't really see it. It was just enough to make sure that it wasn't necessarily all white. Since there is going to be a lot of white on the page, I just wanted somewhat of a subtle look. So here I am just going through papers, and then I realized I don't have a circle. So I always grab a plate from my kitchen in order to draw out a large circle. I should have a template somewhere, but I get to the point where I don't know where it is, and then you know what, I just go, I'll just grab a plate, like always. So my original plan was to use that that dark teal color, and then it just didn't end up working because I didn't want the word family to fade into the background of that page, so I ended up having to change the background of my paper and then turning the circle over into this like peachy orange color on the back side with the polka dots. So I have the doilies tucked underneath the circle there, and right now I believe I'm just looking for other little things to go with my page since I didn't really pull out anything. So I'm using this Martha Stewart border punch to punch out some scallops for underneath the picture. And there wasn't a lot to this page, like I said. It's just a whole bunch of journaling, a picture, and then a large title. I had printed out the paper long time ago of the sketch, and Sketchy Thursdays no longer exists. I don't even know if their website is still active, but I knew that I had this sketch in my binder, and like I was saying, it's the oldest sketch I think I have of Sketchy Thursdays that's in my binder, and I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of seeing it, so I went ahead and decided to just scrapbook it. Now I'm just using those spare washi tapes there to keep the circle down so that I can adhere the circle without it moving. And then of course it never fails that my ATG runs out of tape in the process of making a video. So here I am just putting some more tape in there and fiddling with it and then adhering it. Now if I had the chance to go back and redo this page, I would have sewed around the edge of the layout. So I mean, now that my sewing machine is working, I have no excuse to not use it. So, and that is the basic setup of the layout, where there's that little border there at the very bottom, and then the photo and the title. Oh, and then I added some washi tape, some gray washi tape by My Mind's Eye, and just place the photo right on top of that. There's a gap in the sketch. There's a gap with the in between the photo and the frame, and I just didn't like that, so I just went ahead, I had it rest on there. So here are all my journaling strips. I just printed it out on the computer with some white cardstock, and I really wasn't, I would have liked them all to just be one strip on each line, but I got to the point where, you know what, I just don't care. I just want the page done, because this is probably one of the reasons why it took me forever to get this page scrapped, because I knew that it was simple and I wanted to do something extravagant and you know, do a lot more of a fun page, but I knew that this page needed to be scrapped, and with the holidays coming up, I'm really trying to get some of my sketches done that I have in my binder so that I can call it a day. So, and I knew that I had lengthy enough journaling to go with this photo in order to do something like this. And I really like how the end result came out of just the strips. Looking at the strips now, I probably would have spritzed it with something or stamped the background of the paper, or maybe it could have been a grid paper, but you know what? What's done is done, and the page is in my album already. So I am just lining them up so that they kind of stagger along the right hand side of the page there. And I'm just gluing down the middle just in case that I wanted to tuck stuff underneath the journaling strips afterwards. And because I had everything kind of, I didn't, when I first laid them out, it looked like I had a lot. And then when I scrunched it all together and made it, you know, straight, it didn't seem like there was a lot of, or I'm sorry, it seemed like there wasn't a lot of journaling. So towards the end, I was trying to make sure that everything kind of fit, everything looked right. I should have had more journaling overlap the picture, and I just didn't even think about it. Alright, so now I'm going to be looking for other embellishments for the page. I used some more of that chipboard set there, and then I went through the sticker sheet to see if there was any type of stickers that I wanted to add into the page, and I really loved these roses, and I didn't want to use them, but at the same time I was like, you know what, when am I ever going to use these roses again? So I committed to the flowers, even though I struggled with where I was going to put them. I did add pot dots to the back of just the flowers so that they were dimensional in a way. And then I cut off the vines that were sticking out because they were going to be sticking out over my page, and so I just removed them, and then I still added them to the page by just putting it behind the flowers there, so it still worked. And then fiddling with some other stickers to add to the page. I had to look at it now just to make sure I remember. I added these doily stickers to the side there. I figured I could do 3 of the doilies, and then just a couple of other things. The one that says the family, and then that but the badge on top there has a little typewriter, and it's kind of a clay piece that I got in one of my Project Life albums that I've never used before. And then the badge that's at the bottom says the details, and that one's from Studio Calico. Here's my infamous Making Memories clock packaging there, and I end up going with an acetate one. I thought it would have looked cute at the very top, but I don't think that typewriter was big enough, so it went underneath the Studio Calico one, saying the details. And I'm trying to look through stuff on my desk to see what else I can add. I ended up with a rose badge there on the very right next to the doilies. And then I finished off another packaging of embellishments, and these were Prima paper birds, and they came free in one of my two peas in a bucket order, and I'm so glad that I was finally able to finish it. I'm using some cream colored basic gray alphas here to write the initials of the grandkids and their ages in this photo. It's from back in 2011, so the photo is from 2011, and so is the journaling. So, and then I fiddle with placing the bling flourish here. That is a pain in the butt. I must say, I don't use them often, and now I know why. And then the video cuts out at some point, because one of my kids had woken up from nap. So fiddle with that long enough to make it look okay, and I think we go towards the end of the layout. What else? Oh, I end up stamping the date with some Cup of Joe brown ink, and then it smudges, and so then I ended up cutting a piece of cardstock, white cardstock, to just add over the top of that, so you can't even tell that I made a mistake, which was awesome. So, and then I restamped the date on there. So here is the finished page. I just added some Studio Calico butterflies at the very top there, and some word die cuts from Authentique. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.